From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday, April 16th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join-our-team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join-our-team.
I'm Dave Boucher with the Detroit Free Press. For months, Governor Gretchen Whitmer defended the use of strict COVID-19 regulations. She noted orders restricting restaurant or business capacity and requiring masks saved lives. But now, as Michigan remains the worst pandemic hotspot in the nation, the governor has repeatedly said vaccinations and personal responsibility are more important than new rules. Quote, instead of mandating that we're closing things down, we are encouraging people to do what we know works, the governor said during a news conference on Wednesday. She later said, quote, it's not a policy problem, it is a variant and compliance problem. If Michiganders get vaccinated, it will end the spread of the virus, she said. Wearing masks, avoiding eating indoors at restaurants or gatherings of people from different households will also stop the surge, made worse by variants spreading throughout the state. But state and national health experts, including the head of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, say the governor is misguided. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky recently noted even if everyone were vaccinated today, it would take 6 weeks to see the full impact of that. That's too long, as hospitals continue to fill up with younger and younger patients, she said. Republicans are applauding the governor's resistance to institute new restrictions. Robert Bensley, a professor of public health at Western Michigan University, recently told the Free Press, quote, it seems like there are a lot of people in Michigan who just want to fight Whitmer and don't want to follow the protocols. Whitmer and the head of the health department for the state have a decision to make. The current mask and gathering restriction Whitmer has touted expires on Monday.
This is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan. Automakers all over the world are trying to prove they can develop tomorrow's vehicles without ignoring today's customers. Nobody does it better than Porsche. The German sports car specialist raised the bar for electric sports sedans with the Taycan. Coming soon, the Taycan Cross Turismo, an all-wheel drive station wagon/SUV with 2 electric motors generating 616 horsepower. In between, there's the latest version of Porsche's signature model, the 2021 911 Turbo. The Turbo hits 60 miles an hour in a mere 2.7 seconds, thanks to a 572 horsepower, 3.7-liter turbocharged flat-six engine. It's got standard all-wheel drive, 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, and one technical goodie after another to keep Porsche's legend growing and keep customers signing 6-digit checks. The 911 Turbo starts at just over $170,000, but its elevator goes way up. I tested one that had everything from active aerodynamics to screaming yellow seatbelts. It was a cool $219,000 out the door. The moral of this story? Porsche will keep refining and improving its gasoline models, even as it rolls out a full line of electric performance cars and SUVs. And incidentally, that new Taycan Cross Turismo is even quicker than the 911 Turbo. 2.6 seconds, 0 to 60.
This is Brian Manzullo, craft beer writer for the Detroit Free Press. We all know of Oberon Ale as the unofficial beer of Michigan's summer. But truth is, there are a ton of Michigan beers that go great with summer. Take, for example, the Citrus Blonde, a new blonde ale from Brew Detroit, brewed with Cascade hops and an abundance of citrus peel, giving it a sweet citrus note that balances well with a slight lemon, tangerine, and grapefruit, followed by a slightly bitter finish. That's just one example of a Michigan beer that's thirst-quenching and available all summer long. And it's available in a 15-pack, meaning you can skip the Bud Light for your boat or bonfire party. There are several other Michigan beers to choose from this summer if you're looking to try something different from Oberon. Though, if you do enjoy Oberon, by all means drink it. Responsibly, of course. Read about 4 other Michigan beers you should try this summer on freep.com.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, checking in on college sports. The NCAA will lift the dead period on in-person recruiting on June 1. High school prospects haven't been able to be face-to-face with college coaches since the beginning of the pandemic last year. But the lack of activity hasn't made the Wolverines or Spartans any less busy. For Michigan football, top wide receiver recruit Xavier Worthy, one of the top players in the class of 2021, has now asked out of his national letter of intent, which means he won't be in Ann Arbor this fall. Also leaving is Isaiah Livers, one of the winningest players in U of M basketball history. He will not take advantage of the extra year of eligibility. And for Michigan State, a bit of football and basketball news. Former Oak Park star Malik Carr, who was a freshman on Purdue's football team last year, is reportedly transferring to MSU to play both on the gridiron and on the court.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.